Hey babe, it's jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Now let's have a quick chat about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. First up, I want to talk about Apollo Nida. You know, the ex-husband of Phaedra Parks, who was formerly on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, Apollo, the one that went to prison for a few years, that came out with a whole wife, him. So he is out here challenging other Real Housewife husbands to a boxing match, and it looks like he is challenging Giudice. Okay, I hope I said that right. Giudice. Okay, he's over there challenging him. He wants to throw them hands with him or any Real Housewives husband. And I said, okay, Apollo, like that may actually be something that people might be interested in watching, but not necessarily because don't nobody really care at the same time, if that makes sense. But I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Are y'all interested in seeing Real Housewife husbands box? I don't know if I'm really interested in seeing them box if they came from different franchises, because I don't watch all of the franchises. So if I saw Apollo box, I would want to see him box Ralph, Drew's husband, okay? Because I feel like y'all two probably in the same weight class, all right? So y'all two could get up there. Maybe I'll be okay with seeing Todd box Peter. Well, no, that's not. Yeah, Peter's even though Peter is older, Peter's still young. You know what I'm saying? I probably would be open to seeing Peter and Todd box, or I'm okay with crossing over to Potomac because I'm familiar with Potomac. I ain't familiar with New Jersey and New York and Beverly Hills and all of that. Okay, but I mean, if I got Juan and Todd, that probably would be good, right? Juan and Todd boxing it out. I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. If you were down to have cast members from Real Housewives box, who would it be? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. Are you down to see something like this? Or are you like, no, honey, pass it away. We don't care anything about it. Apollo, stop trying to find your moment, honey. Okay, it has sailed. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about all of that. Let's move on to Married to Medicine. Y'all know Toya and Quad really can't stand each other. They really can't. So there was a post that was made of Toya and Quad side by side, right? Somebody writes in the comments and says, Quad knows everything, quote unquote, starting to believe she just be making stuff up. Toya responds underneath that post and says, they talk about me with lies because they lost the privilege to talk to me. I was like, ooh, okay, honey. And this is in reference to a sit down that Heavenly and Quad will be having as they talk about some of the things that Toya said about Quad and vice versa. So they're going to be talking about Toya. So Toya was like, yeah, they talking about me because they lost the privilege to talk to me. And I like that comment. Girl, I'm going to use that. They talk about me because they lost the privilege to talk to me. Ooh, girl, that's a read right there. I like that one. I like that. I like that a lot. But I will say I agree. Sometimes I feel like Quad talks so much that Quad be lying. Quad don't be knowing all the stuff that she be knowing, and people believe it. Sometimes she talks with the most intelligent and poised and articulate voice that she can find and still be sent up that line. But that's just my opinion about that. And while we're speaking of Quad had the opportunity to go on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. And she lets us in on some tea, letting us know that Jackie and Simone are still in the same place. They faked everything for TV, and they're still not in a good place right now. We also learned from Quad that she's not sorry for the emoji situation and going off on Heavenly the way that she did. She said that Heavenly was doing a lot of talking and talking down on her YouTube channel. So she felt the way about that, and she said she doesn't regret it at all. Now, I feel like then that's weak and that's fake, because you sat up there and told Heavenly that you mistook what the actual emoji was, instead of saying like, yo, friend, girl, you have been talking about me sideways, so I use that as a moment to really go off on you, regardless of what the emoji was that you put down there, because I was already feeling away, and I said that. I believe I said that in my review. I was already thinking that. I said that if she snapped on Heavenly the way that she snapped on her, she already had some residue about how she felt about her to begin with. She already felt the way, and that just gave her the ammo, so she felt the doorway to just really go in on Heavenly the way that she did. But she said she don't regret it, And I guess it's all good in their neck of the woods, because I saw Quad was on Heavenly's YouTube channel recently, and you know, they were reviewing the show. It was Quad, Funky, and Anila, which was interesting for me because that means that Anila may not be as close to Toya as she started out to be in the beginning, because in that on that live, Anila talked about how Toya ended up being mean to her. Now, Anila, if you're talking about the fact that she was calling you out about your finances, although Toya can't talk about nobody's finances, Toya wasn't wrong. And if you don't want to hear your friends tell you the truth, then just say that. But again, the season is not over yet, and we're going to learn more about what's going on with Quad and Toya, Anila and Toya, Heavenly and Quad, and Heavenly and Toya. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and move on. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion premiered part 2 on Sunday. And you know, that's when Drew and Kenya really got into it. And Drew made a statement about broke BITs split checks, but rich BITs purchases over $1 million homes, as if Kenya Moore has not acquired anything over $1 million. I found that to be quite comical, and Kenya obviously found that to be quite comical as well, as she proceeds to go over to social media and tell y'all more about how she's feeling about Drew. Someone says, did Drew really talk about a 2006 film box office earnings to prove that she's rich? Question mark. Kenya responds and says Drew needed a husband to buy her first house at 35. Meanwhile, I've owned multiple from 26 years old and purchased with cash. Check those receipts. Hashtag RHOA, hashtag broke BIT behavior. Yikes, okay? If that wasn't enough, Kenya goes on to say, does Drew ever not lie? I thought she said $400 million in the box office receipts for Step Up from 2006. By the way, the studios make that money. You just got a small check. Feeling petty. Hashtag broke BIT behavior. Hashtag seek help. Hashtag RHOA. So Kenya posts the stats of Step Up. Now that right there was very petty, but I'll say this, Kenya. You did not need to pull up any information to show us that Drew was alive. We already knew that. We already knew that. You didn't even have to tell us that the studio get most of that money back from what they already spent out. Girl, you did not have to tell us, because we already knew that she was fluffing up that lie. You didn't even have to speak, girl. The people gonna speak for you. Hear what it is that I say. So be careful with your lies that you be out here spewing, Miss Drew, because you know they gonna dig you up quick, girl. Very, very quick. But when Drew saw that, Drew had to go ahead and chime in and let Kenya know something else herself. She says Kenya has to do everything alone because she has no choice. Hashtag boss BIT or hashtag lonely BIT. Oh, honey. Drew decided to hit Kenya where it hurts because Kenya is married without her husband even being in the home. So I can't fault Drew on that, but I say when women get defeated in one area, they love trying to pull that financial card, or they try to pull that relationship card if you ain't got no man. Okay? And Drew happy to pull that relationship card to let her know, girl, your man ain't even in the house. You want to talk about my man getting me a home? Well, guess what? He got me a home. Okay? What has your man gotten you besides stress and a baby? What has that man gotten you besides barefoot and pregnant and outside the house? What has he gotten you? Okay, girl, are you even welcomed into his home when you go to New York? Okay, because that's the read that I capture from what Drew had to say to Miss Kenya. Okay, so how about this? Both of y'all just be careful. And y'all just be friends. How about that? Okay, but that's really all I got. I don't care which way or the other, but y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, okay? I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.